Hi everyone, it's Irit and today is National or International Scrapbooking Day. And today a few of my favorite YouTubers and myself are doing a video hop on YouTube. Um, I've been making videos for a couple of months now and I've really enjoyed it. My biggest motivation was that I love to watch process videos on YouTube. So I thought maybe other people will enjoy my videos. And it seems that they do. So I'm really grateful and happy about that. And when I thought about International Scrapbooking Day, um, I thought it would be great to do kind of YouTube community scrapbooker hop thingy. And before I got the courage to actually ask people to join the hop, I consulted with a few of my fellow favorite YouTubers, and they were very into it. So thank you, Kitty Scrapper, Robin from Robin's Nursing Journey, and Meaghan Russo for motivating me and helping me organize this hop. So today you can find lots of videos from all of us, and below my video in the description box you can find a list of all the people on the hop. So I hope you'll join us and enjoy all the videos. I really enjoyed making this page. The guidelines for this hop are quite simple. I didn't want to do anything too limiting. I just wanted everyone to have a good time. And I started here with watercolor paper and watercolors, which is one of my favorite things to do at the moment. And that was one of the guidelines, to use one or more of your favorite current products. So I went with watercolors. And if you want to also make background with watercolors, you should really go for watercolor paper. It just makes all the difference. You could probably get away also with some good thick cardstock. I've used the American Crafts brand, but it's just difficult to get it here in Austria. So watercolor paper I can find in my local art supply store. So I use it more, even though I do like the cardstock because I like using pure white as backgrounds, and the watercolor paper is not pure white, but you know, you can't have it all. So another one of the guidelines for the hop was to try something new, and what I tried here is to create this resist on my background. And I've used masking fluid quite a few times. I learned that from Vilna Furstenberg in her art class, which I highly recommend if you like easy, light, mixed media on your pages. It's just, she has 2 art classes on 2 Peas in a Bucket, and they are amazing. And this page is very heavily influenced by her style. So I used quite a few times masking fluid, but I have a very small bottle with like this tip nozzle that is great for drawing shapes, but not so good if you want to cover a whole area. And I didn't, the shops were closed, it was Easter, and I didn't want to wait, so I thought I would try using gel medium instead. And this worked out great. I used Studio Calico Star Sunburst stencil for this, and I think Heidi Swap also has a stencil like that. I use it a lot. It's like very versatile for me. And if you want to try some stencils, I would always advise to go with like basic shapes, so circles, sunburst, butterflies, hearts, that type of thing, you'll get the most use out of them. And yeah, so advantages of using gel medium as a resist here. First of all, you might have it handy and maybe you don't have masking fluid. It's cheaper than masking fluid. And you can choose your finish, matte or gloss, whatever you want. Disadvantages: unlike masking fluid, you can't remove it. Once it's on your background, it's there to stay. So that could be nice if that's the look you want. You can try making like a really thick layer and get lots of texture. But I do like with the masking fluid, you can just remove it and then you have this smooth paper, and it's like magic kind of. How did you get to control those watercolors to stay where you want them? But yeah, I love how this page turned out. My initial thought was to really create like the sunburst and really make it like with two colors. But then when I started to add all the purples and the pinks to the edges, at some point I stopped because I just really loved how it looked and I didn't want to add more paint. So that's how it is. You have some thoughts and then you start doing something and you just like the way it is, so you go with it. And when I chose the watercolors for the background, I had in mind the Lemon Lush Studio Calico collection, the paper pad. I only have the 6x6 paper pad from that collection. I love it. It's another one of my favorite products. And if you follow my channel, I think this is already like the 4th page I'm doing with a paper pad, so I'm really enjoying it. And surprise, surprise, I am going for a rainbow type of paper, like layout. Another definite favorite / obsession of mine. And what I did here is I used the Dear Lizzy Daydreamer metal dies to cut a bunch of hearts from all kinds of papers and some 4x6 Project Life cards. I mostly used the Lemon Lush collection, but also a couple of other ones, and some and I used another die cut to cut those like sun shapes or flower shapes. Just a couple more fast things about watercolors. If you want to get that beautiful watercolor or water stain look, you should really dry your watercolors before you add more color. It makes all the difference. And as much as I love the pure white of the cardstock, I think watercolor paper just works best. If you can get pure white watercolor paper and like smooth watercolor paper, then that's great. Then it's as good as white cardstock. But I haven't found one in the store that I have like available. So, but still, I prefer using watercolor paper to cardstock. It just handles the paint much better. It's stronger, it's thicker, it doesn't warp as much, and you can really, load it with water. So, yeah. The last guideline for this hop was to scrapbook about some sort of like change or evolution in your life. And I've had this photo of me and my best friend, or my best friend and me, a while now in my computer, and I printed it out this month. And on that picture there's nothing particularly special besides that, it's the two of us having fun. We've known each other since we were 15. We met in high school, and yeah, we've been really best friends ever since, so it'll be almost 20 years now. And that photo was taken from her birthday party. It was the summer of 2004, and a few days after that she left and moved to America. She moved there to get her like master's and PhD, and yeah, and never came back to Israel. And she's living in the States. She's happy and successful, and I miss her terribly. And a few days after that, I left on a student exchange, like summer program in Palermo, Italy. And that's where I met my husband. And so that photo for me is just like, the two of us together celebrating a birthday, something we've done so many years before, and in a few days everything changed for both of us. So I really wanted to make a page about that. Yeah. And so that summer I met my husband, and he's from Austria, and now I'm living in Austria, so, which was something, someone would have told me I will ever one day live in a little village in Austria. I would have said, sure. What did you take? What are you on? But yeah, life is funny that way. My daughter was also busy crafting on her own, so you'll see her creations popping here and there. The title for this page is Es muss sein. This is in German, and in the beginning I went with some silver thickers, but then I think in hindsight I think it would have looked great also with them. But I went in a different direction with these mistable thickers from Studio Calico, and I tried to match them to the papers, and the look I got is very, very matchy-matchy. I like it, but maybe if I had to do the page again, or if they weren't stuck so tightly, which is something that is not so usual for thickers, but for some reason these ones did not want to come off. Maybe I would have changed it, but I still like how it looks. And to create kind of that ombre type of look, or two-toned kind of look, I used here Copic markers. So the Es muss sein is means kind of it had to be, or it must be this way. And the quote is something I've known many, many years before I met my husband, and now I kind of speak bad German, so it's something in my vocabulary now. But the first time I saw this expression was in one of my favorite books, The Unbearable Lightness of Being. It's by Milan Kundera. He's a Czech author. I read that book in my late teens, and it just spoke to me. Certain books are really, really good. No matter when you read them, they're just good. But then there are other books that I'm not sure. I have to read it again and see what I think of it now. But certain books, they speak to you because you're going through something in your life, and because of your own subjective experience, you connect with a book in a way that you probably wouldn't if you weren't going through a particular something in your life. And for me, that's how I felt about this book. It just has, especially the first part of it, it has like so many things about life and relationships and choices and destiny and coincidences, and just so many things that I highlighted in my book, which I rarely do, and just made me think, and I really loved it. I added some die cuts to embellish the page. So a couple of things from 15 Frolic and Polka Dot Party. Those beautiful florals, I cut it down to 2 pieces, and then I used them in the different places where the colors matched. I didn't actually plan on adding pink elements to the page, but that floral just looks so great in that corner with the pink background that, yeah, I had to add it. And the last final touches were some mist splatters, of course. I used the silver Mr. Huey mist, and I used a big round brush to get the splatters. And the higher you stand over your layout, you know, the better splatters you'll get. But be careful, cover your photos, because you know, it's not a very accurate system, so a little bit dangerous. Some risky extreme scrapbooking there. And I also added some enamel dots in colors that of course matched. I wonder when I'll get over this stage of all this color coordinating rainbow matchy stuff. We'll see. As long as I'm enjoying it, that's the whole point, I think. And that's it with this page. I distressed a little bit the edges of the watercolor paper. Do be careful if you do such a thing, because the paper can cut you. I've already had that. I'm kind of, well, I'm a bit clumsy and accident prone, but so maybe it doesn't happen to other people. But for me, sometimes when I do this fast, like this edge, like distressing the edges, I can get myself cut. Yeah, so don't do that. Be careful. I mounted the whole layout on a 12 by 12 sheet of pattern paper from the Finley collection by Glitz Design. And I added some of the little stickers from the same collection. I added the year above the photo. And that's it for my layout today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you check out all the other videos. We are a group from around the world, so there are some Australians there, and Europeans, and Canadians, and Americans, all united by our love for YouTube and scrapbooking. I hope you're having a good International Scrapbooking Day, and that you're getting lots of scrapbooking done. And yeah, just have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.